Welcome to Mind Over Matter, where we feature young Jamaicans who are shooting for the stars. I'm your host, Margaret Boyne. My guest is an educator and musician. He's also the founder of One Place Academy, a school he started in 2017. He has found a unique and innovative way to teach PEP and high school subjects through music by incorporating beats and writing songs that illustrates concepts. He has sparked a love of math in students who may have found the subject daunting. We will learn how he came up with his approach, the benefit it offers, and how he has been able to achieve such credible results in the classroom. My guest is Hoshane Blake. Welcome to Mind Over Matter, Hoshane.
Thanks a lot, Margaret. Pleasure being here.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to talking to you.
Certainly, I'm looking just the same. Looking forward just the same.
Yeah, man, you have found an unconventional way of teaching and through music. But before we talk about that, though, tell me a little bit about yourself. How long have you been an educator?
Well, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Margaret. I've been pretty much engaged in the education field from as far back as high school days. Because I can recall when I was at Wolmer's at the sixth form level in particular, there was this shock that, waved across the sixth form students as it relates to the A levels, mathematics, physics, and so on. We had quite a bit of students failing, so everybody was like turning towards me to say, hey, Shane, you're going to have to do something about this. And I was like, okay.
Oh, so you were the bright spark.
Yeah, so to speak.
Okay.
So everybody was like turning on me that, I'm going to have to start to do something to help the guys out because we really cannot afford for this to take place for another sitting. So, I decided that, all right, no worries. And I think that's where also the entrepreneurial spirit started, because at the time the guys were saying that, or maybe you could charge us like, $200 or something like that for the sessions to kind of, recuperate and so on for your time that you're going to spend with us and so on. So I decided that, all right, let me just give it a try and thing. And, from then, it has been success. The guys actually, they look forward to me like, on a weekly basis to come and do some tutoring with them to make sure that they're prepared for the next sitting, right? And from then now, it spiraled into even my community, whereby I started assisting students and children around me, nearby, whether in my scheme or even other communities and so on. They would find me, find my house. They would come to my house for tutoring, right? And sometimes when they can't make it, I would drive around, right? I would drive around to different houses, across Kingston, across Spanish Town, across Portmore, and so on. So pretty much that's how my portfolio, was building up, because people all over was hearing about me, and, people would recommend to say, all right, yes, Mr. Blake, he's very good, assisted my child to pass for such and such school, and so on. So the numbers were just growing and growing and growing. And, pretty much I even whilst I was working, because after high school, I went to University of West Indies, I studied mathematics and electronics there. College.
Oh, you didn't go to Teachers College, you went to University of the West Indies.
Okay. Straight to University of the West Indies. Actually, I applied to the sixth form program was coming to an end. The next step for us would, pretty much either be you take, or you go overseas or stuff like that. But I was really dedicated to stay here, to build my country and so on, because I could have gone overseas and so on, but I decided to stay here and, build the country. So both UTech and UE, they accepted me, but I decided to just go with UE. And, I studied electronics and mathematics. They are double major Bachelor of Science degree. And, pretty much whilst being there, I was doing like summer job and so on at CIBC First Caribbean to replenish my pockets, right?
Oh, so you actually went in the corporate world.
Yes, man. I have been all over, because the experience from the corporate world is very good. Big up CIBC First Caribbean. Every time, I have garnered a lot of experience, exposure to a lot of things there, right? So I'm very grateful for that. But even once I was there working, after work and even on weekends, I would do my little classes and so on until as I mentioned now, the passes were coming in and, the numbers were just moving in the right direction, persons coming on to me and so on. So I had decided to expand because, with me alone and, the amount of students coming on to me, it would have been very difficult for me to really manage everybody and to get the results that I want to get the guys in and keep, right? Because I would want everybody to be coming at me and I'm not able to service them or have to turn back persons, right?
But before you reach there, though,
Yeah.
Hoshane, tell me a little bit of where did this idea come from to incorporate the music with teaching?
All right, so as it relates to music, I have always loved music. I can recall my first drum set from mom when I was about 8, right? I got my first drum set and, I was playing my drum set and so on. And, over time, gradually, I would learn, I wanted to professionalize it. So I started learning about the different software and so on. At the time, it was Fruity Loops, you learn from
Fruity Loops, man.
You learn from Fruity Loops, you build a drum pattern. I have quite a bit of keyboards, right? Your chord progressions and play out everything and so on. So all of that now, was building up until, I got a full mastery of the whole audio spectrum in terms of producing and so on. And also I had the educational components. I said to myself, why not just fuse them, right? Why not just fuse the two? You love music, you love education, so just bring them together. And it was the first song that I released was a success. The first song, I did it in the class with some of the students at the time, some of the PEP students. It was actually the first cohort of PEP students I tested out with. And trust me, the feedback was great. Like the students were wondering, what is this? That was Solid Liquid Gas. The first.
Do you happen to remember that one? Because I wouldn't mind a little piece of it,
Yeah,
do you remember it?
Solid Liquid Gas, that's the title of it. We have it on YouTube. We have all the songs. And the second one that I did now, that one exploded, because that was mental maths. And maths is something that a lot of persons struggle with. So mental maths, trust me, that one, did wonders, did great things. And we got several calls from different media houses, Star Observer and so on, Television Jamaica and so on. Right, everything really started from there.
So the actual lyrics, you write the lyrics, you make the beats, you do everything.
Yeah. So some of the tracks I would make the beats. Some of the beats I would maybe link up because I have another producer bridge in Avicon. So Avicon, back then Avicon would mix the songs for me, mix and master to make sure that, we get everything sounding very clear, right? And then once we sign off on it, then we'll publish it and all of those good stuff. Yeah, but in terms of the lyrics, definitely I write the lyrics, and I normally do like a demo. So I would demo the tracks, meaning that to hear how it would come out, because I have everything here set up at my studio as well. But sometimes I want to incorporate other persons to get a feedback from the musical standpoint, what you think about this, what you think about that. And trust me, Avicon, big up Avi.
What about the students? They make any contribution to it as well?
Well, not necessarily, because most of we plan to do that in the future to get some maybe feedback from them. But most of the time, most of the times when I'm producing, I'm pretty much in the studio, and they are not really here beside me, so to speak.
Persons look on music as entertainment, though, Did you get any run into any skepticism from any parents who thought, what kind of thing this man?
So as it relates to parents, coming in terms of like, a backlash or so on, no, I haven't experienced anything like that, well, not up front, maybe persons be talking by themselves, but I haven't experienced any negative or any backlash in terms of comments. as it relates to the songs, because we're dealing with positive songs for the students and so on. Right, so, and of course, in a day and age like this, you want to be very, very much be very creative, right? You want to make sure that how you approach and engage the students is something that they embrace and enjoy, which is music, right? Because you'll hear them singing all the other songs and so on that's taking place in society today. So why not have them sing positive things?
Yes.
Right.
So what do you think are the benefits though of teaching in this way?
Well, definitely, it aids in retention, because I have had students, even from the first cohort of PEP, when they did the first PEP exam, they came back and said, sir, you know that from that solid liquid gas song, a question like that was on the paper. And, and they said that is the song. They use the song to remember what to do. And, they got full marks and they went to their first choice. So, it is something that definitely we see the benefit of. And, we want to make sure that, we keep the camaraderie of this and we don't drop the ball on it. Right. So,
and studies also have shown though, Hoshane, that the brain remembers music easier than facts.
Thank you very much. That is absolutely true, and as I mentioned to you before, quite a bit of the students, first cohort, second cohort, so on, they came back and they would have said, sir, boy, thank you for this. A lot, because if you check out our YouTube channel, One Place Academy, you'll see a lot of songs there, social studies, science, all different subjects and so on, right? And the students, they would listen to these songs and utilize the concepts from the songs, they would retain stuff. And in the exams, they would just deliver. Yeah, the students, the feedback has been exceptional. They're asking for more, right? They're asking for more production. So, we're in progress of getting that together. You understand? So, it takes resources and so on, right? We would love if the Ministry of Education would come on board with us so that we could, fuel that would be great. So we could fuel the country with more positivity, such as these, right? We could even we could even build out the entire curriculums in music, so it would be great. It would be great. Definitely would be great to help us.
In terms of your process though, do you write the lyrics first or you make them beat first? How you go about it?
Yeah, I would make the beats first. So I would make the beats first. So I have another line that deals with that Blake Beatzzz. So Blake Beatzzz, create the beats for One Place Academy. So, once I hear the beat, then I would say, all right, I like this one. Then I would start to write to that beat. Yeah. And once I write to the beat, then I would now go into demo mode, right? So I would just pull up a template where I'm using Logic, because I use Logic, Fruity Loops, and so on, or FL Studio to do my demo stuff, and then Pro Tools to do the finishing up, like mastering, mixing, and all that. So once I get to that stage, after I finish the lyrics, then I demo, listen to it maybe 3-4 times. If I need to take out a line, put in another line, whatever is current, and I have to make sure that the sounds, the elements that I use as well in creating or constructing the beats, there are current sounds that's taking place today, right? To keep the guys engaged, so persons could actually plug in their earplugs and just listen while even studying, right? So that is right. So once we get it at a stage like that now where the demo is sounding good, then I would now move into the professional stage to get it mixed to voice, then I would get it mixed, mastered, and then of course, once everything is polished and ready to go out, then we would just distribute. And all of these, of course, are distributed professionally throughout the different media houses. We have jams. The entire music side is different, totally different from the educational side. It's a lot of things. Yeah, we have to cover to make sure that these tracks are fully copyrighted and everything is done up nicely in terms of making sure that we follow a smooth path.
And I have been listening to some of the beats sent to, and them sound good. Wouldn't mind writing some lyrics here too.
Thanks a lot for that. Definitely. because that as well, as it relates to Blake Beatzzz. So Blake Beatzzz, as I mentioned earlier, is a recording institution. So definitely other persons are welcome, and we might move in that direction as it relates to Blake Beatzzz as well, whereby, we record other persons and get other persons involved, because of course, everybody may not want to hear Mr. Blake's voice only. We need to have some females, there as well. So definitely. We have that on the radar. We have that on the radar to incorporate female vocalists and so on, to deliver similar contents. Yeah.
Okay. So Blake Beatzzz now. Talk about Blake Beatzzz. People can just order beats from you, like any beat for any music.
Yeah, definitely. And also we have a website, blakebeatz.com. And that's BLAKEBEATZZZ, 3 Z's for the Blake Beatz, right? .com. So we have a website, a lot of beats on the website, and we also make beats daily, every single day of the week. A beat will be up, right?
Okay.
So inclusive of today at about 2 p.m. there about, another beat will be up, and that will be available right across as well, YouTube and so on. So also we make custom beats. So for example, let us say you want a custom beat, maybe a gospel beat or something. We could whatever genre R&B.
Okay.
We could get that ready for you. Definitely we could get that beat ready for you and so on. So it's a similar process as it relates to Blake Beatzzz linking with One Place Academy. Blake Beatzzz, would create the beats, make sure everything is sounding nice as how One Place Academy would like it. And then once we have it in that fashion, we're ready to put it out and, voice on it or exploit the beat to do whatever we want to do with it. Yeah.
Talk a little about One Place Academy. How successful? Because you have been having a lot of success stories with your students. Tell me a little about that.
Yeah, definitely. We have been getting successes from as far back as GSAT, right? Hence the reason why, Mr. Blake, me right here would have had to expand because of the pass rate, the high pass rates from GSAT days coming over into PEP, right? And likewise, it transitioned into PEP. We have had, quite a few successes. We have Immaculate, Campion, you name it, just all the top schools, both urban and rural, right? And that has transcended into year by year. So we're talking about 2019, 2020, even when we had COVID, we had only just the ability being done as it relates to the grade 6 students. They did exceptionally well there as well. Likewise for 2021, 2022. And of course, now we're in 2023 awaiting the results there. So successes for us has been very, very marvelous. And, we're trending to keep that just the same and to improve as we go along.
We hear a lot about the low pass rate from Mac, Hoshane. Do you think that this style or this method of teaching could assist?
I don't think I know it could assist. But the thing about it is that, as I mentioned earlier, if we can get the help, if we can get the support from the relevant, authorities, the MOE and so on, the government to assist us in getting these projects out there in the market, I'm pretty sure that they will assist, because, just the same as how, imagine you are seeing now, stuff's being worked out, algebra being worked out in music, 2x plus 2x, data 4x, stuff like that shown on the screen. You're seeing that, okay, 2x plus 2x, okay, 4x. You're seeing all the relationships being done. You get what I'm saying? Likewise, I could do that with simultaneous equation, matrices, vectors, any topic. You get what I'm saying? So it is just that, we need the resources to make it happen, and all of that, of course, we need the support. So it can be done, and not just with math, it can be done with all areas, physics, chemistry, and so on. We can prepare the content and put it to music, even the very past papers that you see there. You just normally go on YouTube, you will see somebody working out a past paper, which is pretty typical. But can you imagine that now being done in a musical fashion? That would grab the students' attention more, because if we should pull up 2020 past paper and say, all right, we're going to go through this, but in a musical fashion, you know, by the next day, the students, they know everything. I'm
Yes,
telling you, you get what I mean? By the next
I
day,
believe that.
yeah. So
Mm.
we are very, very much prepared and committed to getting stuff like this done. And, you know, we definitely would love the support to get it done. And yeah, pretty much that's all we ask for, to get the support to get it done.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about being an educator?
Well, I enjoy when I hear my students can come to me and, you know, our students and our parents, because I've gotten this, like, literally every sitting person is coming to my house to hug me, to say, sir, thank you. The feeling that I get from that is beyond, you know, beyond me, right? So that, I must say, would be at the forefront for me, the pleasures that I get to hear of my students passing for wherever they want to go, and the parents just the same. Sometimes they even take gifts to me, right? So all of that, you know, means so much to me, and that gives me the drive to really want to continue this thing day in, day out, to build this country. Yeah.
Where can persons find your school?
Well, we have the online model and we have face-to-face in Portmore. So the face-to-face, yeah, it's in Portmore Park to be specific, right? So pretty much persons can find us there as relates to the face-to-face model. Online, of course, as you know, that's remote. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, pretty much we have quite a few teachers working with, right? So it's not just Mr. Blake only, but a lot of other teachers. And I must say, I love them. Big up to the teachers here at One Place. You guys are doing an awesome job. So, you know, we just want to improve, continue to grow, you know, and just to build out the country, the Caribbean, globally through music. That is our mantra, right? Educating through music. Yeah.
And if any other persons or teacher might be interested in trying your thing, they can also reach out to you.
Yeah, definitely they could. You know, we are available on social platforms, or even myself, you know, Hoshane Blake. You just search me up on Instagram. I'm there. One Place Academy is there as well. Blake Beatzzz as well. So yeah, definitely.
All right. Before you leave a message for young students. Don't know what you want to encourage them.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for that. Stay positive, students. Stay focused. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but you have to be resilient. Just tell yourself that you can do it. Remember that mom, dad, you know, they sacrificed a lot for you. So you want to just make sure that you remain focused, never give up, right? You have a dream, a goal working towards. Just make sure that you never give up, never quit, right? And just be calm as well, right? I know sometimes the anxiety may take you over, but just be calm, relax. Everything will work out in the end.
Okay. Right. And it was great talking to you, Hoshane. I enjoyed it. And we might listen to some more of your beats and things.
Excellent, Margaret. Excellent. Great being here as well. And definitely I look forward to part 2 whenever you're ready. Just let me know.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.